Thank you, Aaron. Okay, we're going to swing into a new mode now. I'm going to bring up Bruce and Yuval, and they're going to explain to you the next phase of this morning's program, which will be a little bit more interactive and going to need your participation.
Hi, thank you. It's been a privilege to be part of to experience again the Aboni magic, but I won't go into that because we've covered that. What I want to say is we've gathered together 9 ex-Aboni members, all of whom are involved in social activism and all of whom have clear projects. And we're going to do it in 2 stages. They're going to come up here and in 2 minutes talk about what they're doing. And afterwards, we're all going to move into that area and they're going to be sitting at different tables. And we want to invite you to interact with them, to go round. Yuval's going to explain the rules. There's been a slight change in the program. We were going to come back here for the summary, but we'll do the summary when Jonathan Miller, just before Jonathan Miller appears. So the open space will sort of glide into lunch, into the lunch area, and you'll be able to talk about it during lunch. I want to introduce Yuval. Yuval's a colleague, an esteemed colleague, 20 years working with me as an organizational consultant, and he's a friend and a colleague, and he's a good guy.
And a neighbor also.
And a neighbor.
And a neighbor. Thank you, Bruce. Thank you for inviting me. It's been a privilege to be Bruce's colleague for more than 20 years. I apologize for my English. I think I'm the only person who's not a native speaker here, right? I guess so. There's another one. Okay, so I'm not alone. So I will explain very briefly the method or the technique that we're going to use today, which I think is perfect for our purpose. I think our purpose is to celebrate, to get to know the various and rich, diverse initiatives that Habonim are involved in today, to become familiarized with these initiatives and possibly to become involved. Maybe you can decide that you want to become involved or you want to create or build, as you say, to build something new. So in order to do that, we're going to use the method that was developed by Harrison Owen, who is a pretty colorful character. I encourage you to look him up on YouTube. And I will explain, this method is based on freedom on one hand and responsibility. The group leaders, the 9 representatives that are going to lead the discussions, and you participants are both going to be responsible, and you're going to be free to make the best use of your time. The open space technology has 4 rules which may seem to you as obvious. The first rule is whoever comes are the right people. That means that you don't have to bother about who is there and who is not there and who should have come and who shouldn't have come. The people that are there are the right people. The second rule, or I think it's called rule. Second rule, when it starts is the right time. Whenever it starts is the right time for it to start. And the third rule, when it's over, it's over. So this seems very simple, but what it means is that learning and interaction and engagement and creativity have their own life cycles. You cannot force them. So when it starts is the right time, and when it's over, it's over. And the fourth rule, which sometimes is hard to accept, is whatever happens there is the only right thing that could have happened. Be prepared to be surprised. Okay? So in addition to these 4 rules, there's the principle of 2 feet, which states very clearly that if you feel that you are not contributing or that you are not learning in the group that you're now in, you are more than welcome to move on, use your 2 feet and move on to another group where you think you'll be more contributing or more learning. This is no hard feelings, no time wasted. Just make a short gesture, thank you, I'm going on to a place where I think I might be more helpful and more learning. This means that we're probably going to experience some chaos or balagan, as you say in Hebrew, but that's part of the technique. That means that something is going on. Something is taking place there, okay? So don't bother about that. Groups know how to self-organize themselves. I'd like to invite our 9 group leaders all up here, and I'm going to be a very, like, the bad cop, okay? I'm going to be very harsh on the time each one of you has to present their projects. 1 minute only, okay? 1 minute to present. Then you said 2, now I'm down to 1 because we're behind schedule. So each of them is going to present their project. They will be taking a table at the dining hall area, and you are welcome, when we finish, you are welcome to sit at the table where you most want to be. And one thing, just one thing, I'm sorry, I apologize, I will not be able to stay with you until the summary before Jonathan's Miller show, but Bruce will have the summary of all the sessions by then.
Find out what a balagan is with the 1 minute.
Start, Terry.
I don't mind.
1 minute.
You want me to come here? Yeah, okay. Okay, shalom. This is a real wow. I'm using 10 seconds to say kol hakavod lamarganim, to the organizers. It's amazing. Few words. Innovation Africa is an Israeli non-profit organization which, as its headline, is bringing water and Israeli technology to Africa. It is responsible at the moment for working in 8 African countries. 1,200 villages in Africa have not had and do not have a basic commodity which is called water. They dig up from the ground, from ground wells to have their daily existence, or they walk 5, 10, 12 kilometers a day to get water. We heard a lecture, and together with Carol and all sorts of Habonim people, we formed a group called Mwendo. Mwendo basically has a number of ex-Habonim people all over the world, from Los Angeles, London, South Africa, Israel, you name it. And we have at the moment already finalized and operated 4 projects in Africa, from A to Z. 4 projects which have brought water to 5,000 people in Tanzania, which have built a school for 1,000 kids in in Tanzania. We have built and arranged water for 3,500 people in Zambia. We are moving ahead with our next project. We will be very happy to have anyone who is interested joining us. And when you talk about Tikkun Olam, life-saving project, this is Tikkun Olam Begadol. Okay. And the fact that the Habonim people are involved pays tribute to our values and to the way we were brought up in this fantastic movement.
Thank you, Terry.
Okay. Hi, Janina Khan-Hortz, and I am here to take you to a beautiful campus in northern Israel, or Anim College of Education, where we are in fact doing pretty much what was spoken about this morning, but to the population of the Galilee, to the various diverse communities that make up this wonderful country. You'll hear more about it.
Extra point for being very, very concise.
Noam Carsted. I have the privilege of representing today Pesia's Kitchen, headquartered in southern Tel Aviv. We've refined a model where we managed to reach the rescue food and deliver it to the hungry. In 2021, we delivered 1 million meals. 22, we're going to be doubling it, and all for 1 shekel a meal. Come and hear how.
Thank you.
How to begin? Gedoetel Yosef overrange zuchtawies. That's it. I'm Max Moss, run an organization called Squash Bond. We actually take kids from various segments of Israeli society, Arab, a little bit emotional, Arab and Jewish kids, underprivileged kids, get them together on the squash court. Our program starts from the age of 10. We work through with them until they're 17. We restarted after COVID stopped us. Come and hear what we do. We actually work on two levels. One level is creating a space where diverse communities who would never ever get to know one another at a young age get to become friends and really believe and trust in one another. The second one is to encourage the kids to develop themselves, self-empowerment, become leaders in their community and play roles in the community from which they come. Happy to hear you come and join us, hear what you can do, what you can contribute, and happy to receive additional ideas from you. Thank you.
Thank you, Max.
Hi everyone, my name is Didi, and I am going to present Kuchinate, African Refugee Women's Collective in South Tel Aviv, together with Jerusalem Arai, who is sitting over here, an asylum seeker from Eritrea. We want to tell you the story of asylum seekers in Israel, what the issues are, and share with you the model of Kuchinate, which is an ARC-based resilience project. So we'd love you to join us. We couldn't do it without the good people along the way, me and my co-director, Sister Aziza, who's an Eritrean nun. And I'm looking around and thinking how many of the good people that we've met along the way are here, like Sharon Cohen, who's volunteered with us and led our whole mask project, like Pam Pellet, who's written about us, like Hannah, one of the Chanichim who's here, who's one of our interns, donors, brought groups like Mark Kedem and so on. So look forward to talking to you.
Thank you.
Hello, everyone. I'm Jonathan Zasma, often known as JZ. South Africans in Israel generally, and people from Habonim, have made amazing contributions in all sorts of areas, ranging from, you know, the amazing South African organization, the Federation in Israel, which has done amazing work, to tennis, to every field, to business. But one thing we've been very weak in is what we were in South Africa, and that is known as troublemakers, okay? Troublemakers against the establishment. We've never been involved in politics. So two of us, Max Moss and I, have been founding members of a new political party together with other troublemakers like Alon Niel, who sends regards, by the way, Avram Borg, and others, to establish a Jewish-Arab political party. We couldn't take part in these elections. We intend taking part in the next elections. And if you're interested in this stuff, come and listen to the details.
Thank you, Johnny.
Hi, I'm Ravana Miller from Bulawayo, formerly. I work in an Amuta, for Bulawayo. We work in an Amuta, which my husband, Simon Richmond, who's also here, who has never been to Habonim, established. He's a folklorist. It's an Amuta that brings together Arab and Jewish school communities, and we work in teacher training colleges as well. With the basis of the work is folklore, because a personal folklore, family folklore, because everybody has their own folklore. You come to it as an equal participant no matter where you come from. And you bring yourself. And in order to bring yourself, you first have to know from your family what your folklore is. So the program is based on interviewing your grandparents and parents and bringing yourself and your background into your own classroom and then into shared activities, Jewish and Arab. And we'd be delighted to share. We've got lots of pictures, so less talk, more pictures. Thank you.
Thank you, Rivana. Meir.
Shalom. My name is Meir Jaffe, Maskira Bonim Dror in the years 1955, 56, 57. "90 years and 8 months old, 60 years member Kibbutz Sorah. For 18 years have assisted citizens of Bet Shemesh through the Center of Citizens' Rights, obtaining their rights from Bituach Leumi, tackling food insecurity, rental assistance, deductions in rates and taxes, legal assistance through Ministry of Justice, rights of new Olim, and returning residents. The Center is based at Community Mayerhof, and in the last 4 years, we have assisted 500 families, all this on a volunteering basis.
Hi. My name's Des Kaplan, and I'm here together with my colleagues, Dr. Rachel Ravid from Oranim, and participants in our organization, Ya'ara, Sarah, Muhammad, Zendin, Mawada. Our organization's called Galilee Dreamers, or Cholmei Galil, or Khalimu Al-Zalil. We began this organization 8 years ago, and the intention is to promote shared society in the Galil. We have two different types of programs. The one is connecting schools in the Galil, Jewish and Palestinian Arab schools, and the other is sending delegations overseas. We've sent delegations of Jewish and Palestinian 11th graders to United States, Canada, South Africa, recently Germany. We have an invitation to Switzerland, and we're planning a visit to South Africa next spring.
Thank you all very much. I invite you, everybody, to join any of the tables with any of these people you would like. Be prepared to be surprised and have fun.